Well, we're here at Brazilian top team in Orange County. Alexander Volkanovski, welcome to Los Angeles. Thanks so much for your time on Fox Sports.
No worries, mate. It's always good to see you. It's always good to be here in the States, obviously fighting this weekend, or this week coming. So, very excited.
The first thing I noticed, Alex, when you walked in the door was how stoic you looked, how serious and focused you are for this fight. Would that be fair to say that you're more focused than other previous fight weeks?
I don't know. Like, I guess you could say that. I just think I'm just dialed in. You know, fight camp went really well. You know, everything peaked at the perfect time, and yeah, I'm in really good nick, really ready. And yeah, can't wait to just put all on the line this weekend. You know what I mean? I've been obviously the talk's been done. He's been doing a great job, and maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the fact that I need to be the experienced dad, you could say, that's got to teach this bloke a lesson. You know what I mean? So maybe that's the role I'm playing. I don't know, but I'm definitely dialed in.
Yeah, well, there are certainly many angles from which we can approach this weekend, but I think the biggest storyline heading into this fight against Ilia Topuria on Sunday is how you bounce back from that devastating loss to Islam Makhachev back in October. Obviously the first time you had been knocked out. As the dust has settled on that, Alex, how do you reflect on what took place last time out?
Oh man, like I've completely moved on. You know what I mean? It's that's one good thing about me. Like as soon as I got a job in front of me or a goal, that's it. I'm locked in, and that was the case. So obviously I knew I was going to be fighting Ilia. So I was able to move on, but it was just about, all right, like, you know, with concussion protocols and whatnot, the right time. And we thought, yeah, we could have maybe did it in January, but that would have been rushing things. So we pushed it back to February, which was perfect, you know what I mean? So it was actually a good way to get over it as well. Obviously, I don't like losing, you know, so that did hurt, but at the same time, you know, obviously I try to challenge myself. I try to do something that was always going to be a tall ask. And you know, it just shows you how important preparation is. So it was easier for me to sort of move on and sort of lock in. All right, now preparation I need to take seriously because we don't want a result like last time. So you know, that's just how it is. So it was easy for me to move on.
You didn't look like yourself in Abu Dhabi. I remember we were saying in the back, "Come on, Volk, let it go." Pull the trigger. It never came. Why do you think you were so gun shy against this?
Oh man, that's exactly what it was. You know, everyone knows I like to throw a bit of volume and put a bit of confusion in front of my opponents. They don't have to land, but I like them to fight my fight, and I just couldn't do that. Look, I don't take nothing away from Islam. Like, you know, maybe it was something he was doing too, but. Because I wanted to fight at a closer range. I knew my only chance of winning was to catch him. You know, I wasn't expecting to go out there and win a decision with the preparation and notice I had. So I thought I'd be very dangerous and be able to pull the trigger. So I fought at a closer range, and I just couldn't. You know what I mean? I was there. I was like, you know, trying to talk to myself, go, you got to go, you got to go. Yeah. But that's why I've always been such a big believer in preparation. That's what's made me the champion. And that's what's made me the fighter I am, the athlete I am. I've always said, like, you know, I'm not some crazy athlete. It's just that work ethic and, you know, and preparation. My fight IQ, all the right stuff, all them little things that separates me from everyone. And I've always said that. But I told myself in that one that I don't need that, you know what I mean? Like, you know, so it was funny how that's my mentality and my mindset. I can switch it, you know. I'll tell myself, you know, that this is going to make you more dangerous and all that. And I believed it. I went into fight week. I probably would have talked to you before that fight, and I would have told you, like, hey, this is going to be the most dangerous I've ever been. And it turns out I didn't even pull the trigger. So that was I wouldn't say it was a lie because I believed that. Yeah. It just didn't happen. But all good. Move on. That's not going to be the case this time.
Well, Alex, let's focus on this weekend then. And I feel like this fight against Ilia Topuria on Sunday is like when an immovable object faces an unstoppable force, right? On one side, you've got Ilia Topuria, undefeated, an 85% finish rate. And on the other side, you've got yourself, the long-time champion, also undefeated at featherweight, one of the classiest champions we've ever seen. Just regarding the magnitude of this fight, this could be one of the most epic showdowns the featherweight division's ever seen. Does that excite you?
Yeah, of course it does. You know, the hype is real with this one. You know, everyone wants to see how the bounce back's going to be for me, and then this young, hungry prospect who's undefeated, which is perfect. You know, look, the way I look at it is, I've proved myself, you know, against the best in the world many times. He hasn't had the chance to do that yet. He gets to see and test himself now. So we'll see if he is an immovable object or, you know, unstoppable. We'll see that, you know what I mean? Because now he's going to be really put to the test. So that's the difference. I've proved myself. He hasn't yet, but that's what's exciting. Is this the kid to do it? You know, is he as good as he says, or what his record's showing? That's the question. Or is Alex, is he done? You know what I mean? So that makes this whole story a lot bigger, and it's going to make my victory even better. So I don't mind the doubt. As I always say, I thrive when obviously I'm not the underdog, but I mean, when people are doubting me, I love that. It makes me, I don't know, I'm driven by that. But it adds to the story, especially for the point of my career right now. After that loss, this is perfect. Me coming back to my division, go out there taking out undefeated prospect is just unreal. And I think the hype is there. A lot of people are going to be tuning in, and can't wait to show them and remind them.
Well, he is the pride of Spain, El Matador. Would you describe Ilia Topuria as the most dangerous title defence yet?
We'll see. I want to sit there and say that to you, that, you know, to hype the fight up, you know what I mean? Look, I think he's dangerous. I think he's powerful. I think there might be some things that I could really talk up. But I mean, at the same time, look at the people I've faced. Like, to say that he is the toughest, that's disrespectful to some of the best fighters in the world. Yeah. So he hasn't proved that to me yet. But we'll see. We'll see. He's a powerful puncher, but we'll see. We'll see how good he is. Like I said, I'm experienced. I've got the fight IQ. I'm in great nick. I'm expecting to go out there and really show him, what it's all about, what it's like at this top echelon. And let's see if he can live up to his hype, and let's see if he can handle it.
Well, he is dangerous everywhere. You just mentioned his knockout power. We've seen that recently in the UFC, but his first 7 victories all came by way of submission, so he's absolutely deadly everywhere. And it's not often you see such a lethal combination. So with that in mind, how do you approach this guy strategically?
Man, I'm just going to fight my fight. You know, I mean, obviously, as I always prepare with every opponent, I believe the only way anyone beats me, especially in my division, is catching me, is landing a lucky punch, or like landing a punch. I don't like saying lucky punch, but landing something, catching me. I think that is a puncher's chance, right? I think that's the only way anyone can ever beat me in this division. And I've always thought that going into all my previous fights. You know, a lot of people obviously talking about, submissions that he's done and knockouts and all that. But it's like, I don't care about any of them. So have a lot of my previous opponents. And then they step in front of me and they can't do anything. You know what I mean? And that's what I plan on doing to him. I'm going to show him, like, I don't care about the 14 fights you've had. That does not matter when you're stepping up against someone like me. So, again, he's going to be put to the test. I've been tested plenty of times, and I've proven myself. He gets a chance to prove himself this weekend. But unfortunately for him, he's just a part of my story. Maybe his story starts after this. Like I said, he needs a bit of humbling, that I believe. You know, I'm not. You know, he's probably not that bad of a kid, but I think it is going to his head. You see him with. I think he thinks he's a superstar already. He thinks he literally thinks he's the money fight already. Like, some of the things he's saying, I go, he needs a rude awakening. He really does need some humbling, and I think that's going to make him a better fighter. I think it'll make him a better human, a better father, you name it. I think it'll just make him an all better person. So I'm going to do the man a favour. I'm going to teach him a lesson, and then maybe his story starts after that. Because right now, he's just a part of my story.
Well, okay, you mentioned that he needs a humbling. He's 14-0, but on his Instagram bio, he's actually got 15-0 UFC champion. And he's actually got a movie coming out shortly after the fight saying, that's titled Road to the Belt. He hasn't even won it yet. Have you ever seen confidence like this before?
That's what I'm saying. Like, here he's already putting it there. It's like going, so I don't care the fact that he did that, but that just shows me where he's at. Like, he literally doesn't, he's happy getting things given to him. I've earned everything. I've earned my championship on my bio. I've earned all that stuff. In this documentary, it's like, who cares? This is just one chapter. Now they're going to need a couple of extra ones just so they can, they're going to need a 1-2 because he ain't getting it this time. So the road to the title, isn't going to be accomplished yet. So he's going to need another documentary after that one, which, again, this could be a big part of his story, where I go out there, teach him a lesson. That's his adversity. He wakes up to himself, realises he ain't a superstar, and he's going to, start getting into the gym and doing what counts first, and then earn his stripes. And then that's a second episode to their documentary. Look, I'm giving him some, bit of promotion here. Then he's going to have a sequel. Is that what you do? Like the sequel? Yeah. So he's going to have one after that because he ain't getting the title this time, I guarantee you. And like I said, something that, I'm a good guy, man. You know what I mean? I'm always looking out for everyone, even my opponents. So I'm going to do this so he can maybe one day be champion later, because he ain't going to be a great champion with that mentality he has and the way he carries himself. I don't really like it. You know, I don't think that is someone that a great champion. Again, you've got to earn your stripes. You know what I mean? He thinks he's like I said, he thinks he's an absolute superstar already. I was like, mate, like, you bought your followers, settle down. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know,
what
it's
do you
like,
mean by that?
oh, nothing anyway. But I mean, like, it's just earn everything. I've earned everything. I've earned my title. I've earned my everything. I've earned my followers, you name it. I've earned it all. And, yeah, I just don't see him doing the same. So he needs a good lesson, and he'll thank me for this later.
Do you feel disrespected by his attitude?
Look, man, he's probably playing the game, like, and which is fine. So that's good, I think. But I mean, I just hope that he's just playing the game and he's not really like that. Because if he definitely wants to, say if he's a good kid and he's just playing the game, he's not going about it the right way. I think this is going to mess up. Maybe I'm going to play the game, but I think it's still got into his head. I think, you know, I don't even know how much he's in the gym. You know, it looks like he just does his own little sessions here and there and has a bunch of yes men around him. So, you know, and he hasn't even got the title yet. You know what I mean? So, like I said, he's going to be the rude awakening. He's going to be taught a lesson. And then I think it's going to be the best thing for him. And he can thank me later.
So do you think he's been given the silver spoon treatment, considering that he hasn't earned it, as you say?
I don't think I need to say it. I think it's well, I gave it to him. You know what I mean? I literally walked out of that cage last year in July, and the UFC wasn't going to get him in the cage, but I wanted the face-off because I thought that's the fight I want next. I went up to him, jumped the fence, and you do the face-off. So remember, the UFC didn't want you to do that. I did. I made sure no one else fought you because I wanted to take that zero, because I wanted to teach you a lesson. I wanted to give you that humbling, and I wanted a challenger. So it's as clear as that. So, but yeah, now he just thinks he's a man, and I'm going to show him he's not.
Yeah, you've been calling out for a #1 contender for as long as you've been champion, and it's not often you see the champion remains the hunter, but I guess that's your mentality.
That's how I've always been, man. That's it, literally. I mean, even like I said, there's playing the game, and then you've got things like him saying he doesn't want to fight all the contenders.
What do you make of that?
Well, what is a great champion is like that. Like I pride myself and I try and be a great champion. You know what I mean? And when my time is done, I'm hoping that there's a great champion after me. And we definitely don't want a champion sitting there not wanting to fight all the top contenders. He wants to move into other divisions and all that. You get what I mean? So he wants to act all confident, yet he doesn't want to. Obviously, he needs to fight me. He has to. If he wants a belt, there's only one way of getting that, and that's fighting me. So it's easy to be confident and be like, oh, I want to fight this guy and do all this. But you're showing me that you ain't confident. You don't even want to fight the contenders if you get lucky and get that belt. You still don't want to take them challenges. That's just not my mentality, not my mindset. So again, I'm going to change that. This weekend, when I go out there do business, he's going to be, as I told you, taught a lesson. He's going to learn from it. And then one day he's going to want to challenge himself. He's going to bring it on, and he probably will be a fighter that will take on any challenge. Again, he might be able to be a great champion once I teach him a lesson this weekend.
What do you make of that Rose promo that he filmed? I mean, it was a bit Bachelor-esque. I know he wants to honour the tradition of the Matadors, but it was a bit strange, wasn't it?
It is weird. Like, because I was talking to the guys. I think so. He was born in Germany. I think he's Georgian.
Yeah.
And lived in Spain, or something like that. So, yeah. So, but he's just obviously claiming the whole Matador thing. But I don't get it. Like, I thought it was pretty romantic, you know. But yeah, it's a Rose thing. I think for the Matador, I think that's the thing. You know what I mean? But you see a lot of bulls take out their Matadors. You know what I mean as well. So that's what I plan on doing.
And you are the bull this time around?
Oh yeah, I'm still the young bull. You know what I mean? Young bull in that old man outfit.
Yeah. Well, just on that old man outfit, you're not too bad for a promo yourself. Talk us through what happened with Sportsbet there.
Oh yeah, that was it was good fun. You know what I mean? It was just something that we brought up, and I go, yep, for sure, let's do it. That's going to be incredible. Yeah, man, everyone knows I'm pretty fun with all this. Obviously, I do all my serious stuff in the gym when I need to. But other than that, you know, I like to have fun, play around. That's the narrative people want to push. All right, I'll play it. I'll push it with you. So that's fine. You know, everyone's going to bring up stats and all that, and I've proven myself time and time again that stats don't matter with me. You know what I mean? Even with I think I've seen another stat that says. So there's 15 and 6 so 15 wins from younger fighters in title fights over older fighters. So 15 wins and 6, and 5 in the featherweight division, and 5 of those 6 was me. So I proved that. So there's only been ever one more older champion beating a younger fighter in a title fight, only one other than me. So the other 6 or other 5 was me. So it just shows you that if I wasn't around, that stat would be almost invincible. Well, you can't beat this stat, but I've been beating it the whole time.
You know what I mean? That experience counts.
Oh, yeah, exactly right. All exactly right. So I mean, with the right person. You know what I mean? For me, I'm a champion that, I'm getting older, but I'm more hungrier than these guys. You see him, like I told you, he's been a superstar. He does little FaceTime videos and suits up and does all that. Like, I know he's trying to play the part, but I'm too busy training and all that. I'll try and fit in. I'll do what I've got to do. I get it. You've got to do the promo work, but I feel like he's doing more of that stuff than actually training. So for me, it's just like, mate, I need to be in the gym. I take this serious. I've got more passion than half the young fellas. So that's why I'm trying to tell them, okay, these numbers don't mean nothing. Maybe with a champion that's getting over the sport and, and if the age thing is, but I think it's more the fact that, the fame and all those things sort of get to them, but it doesn't for me. I'm back home and I'm dad and I'm the fighter. I'm the guy in the gym, chatting everyone's ear off. More passionate than ever. That's how I've always been. I'm probably more passionate about this sport now than I was. Find me a champion at this age that's like that. So that's why I believe that. That's just a number. Watch this weekend, and then that narrative will be completely blown out of the water. And the narratives of me, is he done and all this is going to be done? The narrative will be, what's next for Alex? There's no point in him fighting at featherweight. Yeah. He's absolutely mauling these guys. He needs to move back up. Just wait and see.
Well, you're right. You have remained humble. You've remained Ed Windang. We were just talking about...
That wasn't too humble, then, was it? But...
No, we were just talking to Joe about how you've remained loyal. You've stayed in the town. You haven't moved on to bigger gyms and bigger places. Do you think that certainly helped you in your career?
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Like, obviously, I'm lucky enough to be in a position where, certain specific training partners we can bring to us. We can build a camp exactly around us, so the training's there. Every single drilling position I do in camp is specific for my fight. Yeah. So my focus is completely there with the same look of my opponent, and obviously you don't have to do all the, it's going to be harder in the bigger gyms when you need to do, you need to do team classes and all that, because you can't just have them focusing on one. I'm lucky enough where we can change times and make sure that I'm getting the specific training, I'm getting the training partners. I'm lucky enough to have great training partners all year round, and then I can bring whoever we need as well. So in a very lucky position, so very proud of that and very happy, and in great condition for this one.
Yeah. Well, just lastly, Volk, I remember before that third Max Holloway fight, I remember you and I would talk a lot about vindication, right? Because your title reign up until that point had been disregarded, disrespected. It only took that masterclass at UFC 276 to finally make people realise, okay, Alexander Volkanovski deserves to be champion right now. He deserves to be here. And since then, you've had the MMA world at your feet. But ever since that loss to Islam, we're starting to see some of that disrespect or some of that doubt creep in, especially against a guy like Ilia. How do you respond to that?
Oh, mate, that's fine. Like, that's what makes this sport exciting. People quickly forget, but they are quickly reminded, and it's a roller coaster. Even for as a fighter in their career, it's a roller coaster, and then the emotions for the fans and all that, it's the same. Because literally the day before I fought him, I was invincible, and then obviously I fight on 11 days notice, you know what I mean, and that happens, then all of a sudden I'm a completely different fighter. So it just shows you how quickly people forget, and again, I'm okay with that because that's just hyped up this fight even more, and it's just going to add to my story and a better, it's going to be a lot better ending as well. So I think I always look at everything that's happened from early in my career, that it all happens for a reason. I'm a big believer in that, and this is just a part of it. That little hiccup, maybe it was for me to just kick things back into gear and then get me to go and do what I plan on doing this weekend, and then moving on from there. I'm telling you, even that lightweight division, I'm not done with that yet either. So right now, obviously, I'm a realist. I'm going to be realistic. I'm not expecting any rematches straight away, but I'm going to go do business this weekend, and then you'll see me in the lightweight division in the near future, and then everyone will be obviously back on the narrative where they can see me double champ.
It'd make a great documentary.
Oh, it would, yes, exactly right.
Alex Volkanovski, thanks for your time. Enjoy the week.
Thank you. Appreciate it.